child running up a hill and tucking her arms in next to her, lying down perpendicular to the slope, and then letting go and rolling, rolling, rolling down the hill, standing up and finding those first few dizzy and wobbly steps. Joy, whirling dervishes, men in white skirts and tall hats, spinning slowly at first, and then quickly, for whom a practice of joy and devotion is to find the holy that makes them outside themselves, ecstatic. Joy, dancing at the concert of your favorite artists, listening as the bass beat starts to shake the floor and the air and your very cells, feeling at once one with the crowd and feeling very much outside yourself. Joy, a summer boat, the sails filled with sunshine and balanced forces of keel and wind, the expanse opening possibility, the dynamic stretching every nerve, taking eye and spirit way off to the horizon. Joy, the end of a long dinner, the crumbs on the table, the glasses mostly empty except for perhaps a half-warm cup of tea, a few drops left in the wine glass. And finally, people are speaking their truths. The stories fully fill out the humanity in those who are speaking. Joy, the end of great effort, great difficulty, great pain, when finally a full breath comes all the way in. And the exhalation. You are still you. Broken, but somehow stronger. Joy, that strange moment that captures you even in grief, that such a one as this now lost beloved was a miracle in your life, complete with their own quirks and foibles, their strengths and giftedness, and that awareness that something of that person will echo substantially in you and is yours to keep in trust and love. Joy that even though it has not all played out as you hoped, there is still something new to come. Still something about to be born. Still something awaiting for you in God's plans. Joy is as essential to God as breath. That deepest and most profound sense that there is a rightness, a goodness to that which is and will be, and that goodness has little or nothing to do with the exigencies of life, even perhaps paradoxically everything to do with the exigencies of life. Joy finds its place in the midst of grief and troubles and loss and challenges, because joy is connected to the wholeness of things. Here is poet Stuart Kestenbaum on joy. The asters shake from stem to flower, waiting for the monarchs to alight. Every butterfly knows that the end is different from the beginning, and that it is always part of a longer story in which we are always transformed. When it's time to fly, you know how, just the way you knew how to breathe, just the way the air knew how to find its way into your lungs, the way the geese know when to depart, the way their wings know how to speak to the wind, a partnership of feather and glide, lifting into the blue dream. Joy is a flight from the smallness of our lives into its expanses. It's a deep, deep breath and an imaginative soar. Is it any wonder that joy is so often depicted as people jumping, In Scripture, we hear that when Mary comes to visit Elizabeth, the baby John leapt inside of Elizabeth's womb. Joy is a richer shade, a more viscous quality than happiness. Joy keeps company with sorrow and loss and grief. Joy sets its roots in the particularities of things. Joy, it is the realization of the goodness of all creation, and it grows with gratitude, with the wonder of it all. Joy stretches itself into our very ends, God's completions, the surprises that tease our bounded thinking and promise us that all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things shall be well. Joy, the practice of listening to God's strange and upsetting word. Joy, the seeing and believing of angel messages. Do not fear. Joy is a strong word to counter fear. Joy will waste no moment in casting tragedy. Rather, it knits God's grace into our lives. Joy will weep its full share of tears, full-throatedly remonstrate against injustice. Joy will stand against all that will dehumanize and desacralize our life. Joy sees us, each and every one of us. No matter our skin color or sexual orientation, no matter our race or creed, no matter our ability or disability or language, no matter the charms or humiliations of our life, joy knows that each birth is a miracle, and every human life is filled with the flames of the Spirit, claimed by the heart of the divine. Joy, it just might be the quiet word on the hush of an evening, but it is also the buzzing of the dawning big sun. Joy is what is waiting even now in the womb of the Spirit, awaiting its moment to be born to you and to me. Yes, I believe there are angels among us, messengers of joy, standing in the face of fear.